Alright, here's a quick tutorial on how I achieve this natural look. Alright, let's give this video tutorial a try. So I'm starting with freshly shampooed and conditioned hair. You want to make sure you use a moisturizing shampoo and conditioner, right? So some of my favorites, Aussie Moist for the shampoo. Their conditioner is pretty good, but I prefer something a little thicker. So today I used Designer Essentials or Design Essentials, I don't know what it's called, agave and lavender shampoo. But this is my absolute favorite go-to conditioner. It is by Giovanni, and it's the cherry blossom and rose petals, and it is a deep conditioner. It says it's to pamper stressed out hair. So it really adds in some moisture. So there's my hair in hair texture, freshly washed and conditioned. Now I'm basically doing what they call the lock method, where you do your leave-in, your oil, and then your cream, but I replaced the cream with gel, so I guess it's a log. But what I do to create my leave-in, I have my conditioner water, so I put a few pumps of this, probably 2-3 good pumps, and then the rest is mostly water. Just shake it up real good. And so this is what I use as my leave-in. Oh, gotta turn it back on. Oh, and the other thing you saw, I usually just kind of blot my hair dry with a t-shirt because it keeps more moisture in. Because you need your hair to be pretty, it doesn't have to be saturated, but it needs to be pretty damp when you do this wash and almost go. And I call it a wash and almost go because when I do my wash and go, I legitimately shampoo it and condition it in the shower, and I apply the gel. I apply the oil and the gel in the shower and then just shake it and let it air dry. But in this case, I'm going to go through and detail a little bit through the sections as I am adding the gel. And that just makes my curl pattern that much more defined. So I'll also be using this sort of detangler brush. A lot of people use Denman brushes, and that's the other option. I just haven't purchased one as of yet. I'm a little bit cheap, frugal, cheap. Anyway, but this is the same thing. All right, so I have that in there. And I think I had a little bit more conditioner in the water than I thought. So it's getting a little bit of a white film, but it will not stay there. All right, and then I go in with some oil. I'm using the African Pride sort of olive miracle. And it's probably about a quarter size amount. I'm gonna rub it all over my hair. I don't want too much of the oil, especially since that leave-in, I don't want to have flakes or like white spots in my hair, but just enough oil. The goal of oil is to seal in the moisture that you added with your liquid or leave-in, in this instance, water, right? Because you think about it, you get moisture from water. We drink water to add moisture to our bodies and to our skin, and also hair. So a lot of times people will think that oil equals moisture. No, oil will lock in the moisture, but oil, quite frankly, is oil. So it's not necessarily moisture, right? But it locks in. You think about how oil and water don't sort of mix necessarily, you gotta shake it. But anyway, so you have the water there, and then the oil sort of seals that moisture that's there. All right, so now I'm just going to use I'm using the Wetline Extreme Styling Gel. They've changed this some. I used to really like the green one. I don't know, maybe it's a favorite color thing, but it still smells good. It smelled even better in the green IMO, but that's just personal preference. But anyway, I get this at Walmart, this big old jar for like $3. Did I mention I'm frugal? Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, and I cannot see because I don't have my contacts or my glasses in, but I'm basically just gonna go like good chunk of hair at a time. And you can do this more neatly if you want it. You can do sections, but I don't want to have a bunch of parts in my wash and almost go. So then I'm taking, you know, I can't even find it. There we go. Like a good amount of gel and then just rake it through. Okay, so just rake it through that section. And you see it's just sort of locking in that curl pattern that's already there, right? Versus doing a twist out, which then extends the curl pattern. And so, I didn't brush first. You can rake or you can brush through. I'm gonna rake through, but I like the finger rake. I like to use the brush first, which I didn't do on that section. Use the brush first to sort of get any tangles out and then go in with the gel. So I'll just keep doing this all through my hair, and then I'll start the video again when I'm ready to show you how I use the diffuser. So, un momento. Maybe if I could see. All right, so another tip, and I'm working my way through. As you progress through and the rest of your hair starts to get a little drier, make sure that you have your regular water bottle, so not your conditioning water, but your regular water, to just sort of resaturate a bit, right? And then that's going to make your hair, keep that moisture in and just continue to be really pliable as you're going through it. So just another tip that I want to make sure I did not leave out. So I've re-wetted or re-moisturized. And then I'm just gonna sort of get any sort of tangles through and then go in with my gel, doing my shingling method. And then I'll just continue that through the rest of my hair. All right, so I got all the gel through. Now, if you want, you can use an edge brush and kind of just make the flyaway hairs lay down with a little gel. That's what I like to do. But my hair is getting longer in the top, so it's kind of doing this over to the side thing. Now, what I mentioned about the wash and go in the shower is once you have it, it's going to be soaking wet in the shower. Once you have it fully saturated with gel, just cover your face and do this whole little shake thing, and let the curls sort of fall, and it just helps sort of, I guess, separate even more the curls. So I do that a little bit with the wash and almost go. But in this case, I don't want to let my hair air dry. I want to kind of have better direction in how it falls. Like I really am going to try to make this stand up. So what you do is you want a blow dryer with a diffuser attachment, because that is going to dry your hair without having to manipulate the curl in any way. It's going to sort of just let it set, if you will. So I like to start mine out on like a warm versus hot. But what I am going to do is, because I am using some heat, I use my heat protectant spray. So just whatever heat protectant you have, I like a liquid sort of spray in one, and just because, just added protection from the heat you'll be using. I'm legit nearsighted, like it's almost illegal for me to operate anything without my glasses or contacts. Okay, so I got it there, and then you just see without it interrupting the curl. Now, if your hair is longer and you want to do like a bob, you can make your part wherever you want it, that sort of thing. So I'll just go through with this. But the trick is, if your hair is a little bit shorter like mine and you want to make that top sort of stand, it's just you blow dry and pull your head forward. And so we just go through this. I'll come back once I'm done with the drying piece and show you how it all turns out. It's important to note that as you go through the week, you just want to lift your roots with a pick and do all you can not to disrupt the curl pattern.